Hello, all my aliens, and welcome to the call center at the end of the universe. I am your host, the CS Guy, and this is the Water Cooler Review, Season 1, Episode number 3, Batman from 1989. Can we dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Hi guys, welcome. We just got done watching Batman. This had Michael Keaton as Batman and Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I had originally saw this back as a kid when this came out in theaters in '89. Probably watched it a couple times within the first few years, and actually haven't really watched it since then. And from this being something like right around 30 years old, in that I think it really hasn't lost its appeal over time. Graphically speaking, we're going to just talk that. I thought the graphics were really good for 1989. We watched He-Man. You can definitely check out that review. That movie was done roughly right around the same time here. Graphically from that movie to this movie, drastically different. They did a really good job in there, so I thought that was really good. And you have Jack Nicholson as a Joker. And I'm going to talk a little bit with Jack Nicholson as a Joker because, in my opinion, I think he's one of the two best Jokers that we've seen throughout the DC universe, in the DC filmatic universe. So, in my opinion, you have two Jokers. You have this comically, let's pull prank, kind of dance crazy Joker, which Jack Nicholson absolutely nailed to a T. And then you have that dark, sadistic side where, just let's go out in destruction and do this and hurt all these people bad, which Heath Ledger just absolutely nailed as well. And at the time when this came out in '89, for mainstream America, this was basically their first introduction to many of the masses of Joker. And this version of the Joker that Jack did, did a really good job of telling kind of his story and pulling you into it. That it worked, and it had to be. Jack was sensational with how he portrayed the Joker, and he was even great, like with his one lines, like "Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Wait till they get a load on me." And my therapist once said, "If you gotta go, go with a smile." Where have you heard that before? So I thought he did really good. If our first introduction of the Joker would have been that Heath Ledger dark side, I don't think it really would have worked in there. Michael Keaton was sensational as Batman as well too. He definitely is in the top 3 for best Batmans of all time. I it's just too bad he didn't play well with others. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Also, Alfred was really great with how they used him in his dialogue. He did definitely, brought nice relief to the movie. And this is going to be, with Alfred, this is going to be kind of a recurring theme over these next 4. We're going to really think that Alfred is here with us. We got to talk. I always find this a little funny with some of these older movies. You have the crazy ninja, the crazy guy doing the stuff with the nunchucks or the samurai swords or the kendo sticks and all this, and your hero like He-Man or the Punisher or Batman or others, they kind of stand back, they kind of like look in amusement, and they reach out a little finger and they do that, and the guy falls down and it goes on. That's something that we kind of did. Like I said, it's kind of a little running theme for movies back then. Also, you kind of forget how much things were different back then from what they are now. At one point, Batman kind of makes a joke about Vicky Vale's weight when they were going, and he's like, "Oh, I thought you said 108." But, he's Batman, so I guess it was okay back then. So that's one of those things. It's really kind of, it makes you kind of stop and like, oh yeah, this we used to be internet as in this way. So I do recommend you going out and watching this either for the first time or even your 100th time. Like I said, it hasn't lost its appeal over all this time. And we did Dance with the Devil with the pale moonlight. And for our rating, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7.2 water cups out of 10. Like I said, I thought this was really good. Michael Keaton was great. Jack Nicholson was great. Vicky Vale was great. Alfred was great. Graphics was a really good story. So I do recommend you going out and seeing that. Also, too, thank you for watching this episode of the Water Cooler Review. Make sure to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe on YouTube, guys. That will help me out. If you can just at least like or hit subscribe, it's going to help in metrics as people search us and me. So until next time, my therapist once said, if you gotta go, you gotta go with a smile.